It seems like everyone is so concerned about their PR. I mean, literally, if you're trying to find a teammate, every single time you're asked for your PR.
0 earns, 0 PR, you have no earnings.
By the way, if you didn't know, PR stands for power ranking. So in this video, I'll be explaining every single thing you need to know about PR and exactly how it works. And then of course, most importantly, I'll tell you how to get more PR. And that way you can get much better teammates. So super quick, just take a second, drop a like right now, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Because trust me, you don't want to miss these type of videos. And of course, lastly, take a second and use code AUTOCLICK in the item shop. That would be absolutely amazing. But okay, now let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in to this video. Alright, so the first thing to understand about PR is that it is not an official ranking system. And by that, I mean it is not created by Epic Games themselves. It is created by Fortnite Tracker, which is a third-party website. So in the actual game, there's no such thing as PR. That is only created by this website. Okay, so once you understand that part, let's take a look at how this PR system actually works. Okay, so if you hop in the Fortnite Tracker website, we can see all these different tournaments. And for example, if we click on the Solo Cash Cup, we can see the power ranking right here. So now if we click on it, we can see what placements you need to get to actually get PR. Most people don't know this, but I mean, take a look at this. It literally tells you every single placement that you must get in order to get PR points. So for top 1 in the Cash Cup, you get 1000 PR. That is absolutely insane. And as you can see, as the placements drop down, well, the PR points drop down as well. And for the Cash Cups, it goes all the way down to top 7,500, in which you can get 5 PR points. So 5 PR is definitely not a lot at all. But keep in mind, for every single tournament, it differs. So depending on tournament's difficulty, you'll get more or less PR points. So if we go back up, this says this event has a 1x multiplier, which means this tournament is not super difficult, but it is not super easy. 1x multiplier is average. But if we take the Friday night bragging rights as an example, take a look at this. This tournament has a 0.25 multiplier. So by playing this tournament, you get way less points than playing the Cash Cup. For top 1, you get only 250, and for top 7,500, you only get 1 PR points. But now hold up, look at this. The FNCS qualifiers give you way more PR than any other tournament. Just take a look at this. This event has a 2x multiplier. So for first place, you can literally get 2,000 PR points. That is absolutely insane. And as you can see, as it goes down, you still get the decent amount of points. It is really worth it to play this tournament. And again, for top 7,500, you get 10 points. And now keep in mind, this tournament is going to be in trios, which means getting top 7,500 is going to be much easier than getting top 7,500 in solo Cash Cups. So generally speaking, team game modes are much easier to get PR points than in solo tournaments. Of course, unless you're an insane solo player. And by the way, now you do not have to split this PR between your trio. So whatever this number says, that is the amount of PR you get. Each person in your team gets that amount of PR. So I have just a few more things before we take a look at how you can get more PR. Trust me, you don't want to miss that part. But okay, take a look at this. The Hype Cup actually gives you no PR at all. So if you don't need the arena points, then you should definitely not play the Hype Cup. So I would definitely recommend, if you're in champs, then you should play the Cash Cup over anything. And also, these LTMs do not give you any PR as well. Okay, so this is the last thing you should know about how PR works. And of course, after that, we'll hop into the best ways to get more PR. And the thing you should know about PR is that it starts to decay. So over time, you start losing your PR that you got. If you stop playing tournaments, then you will eventually get to 0 PR.
0 PR, you have no earnings.
So that is why it is so important to keep playing these tournaments. And specifically, PR starts decaying within 4 months of the tournament and is completely gone within 18 months. So for example, if you play a Cash Cup and let's say you got 20 PR. So for 4 months, that PR is gonna remain constant at 20. But after those 4 months, you're gonna start losing that PR very slowly. It's gonna drop to 19, then 18, then 17, and it's gonna keep going down down, down, and down until 18 months from when you played the tournament. So it takes 1.5 years for a specific tournament's PR to completely disappear. So let's take Boga as an example, who has the most PR in NAE. So take a look at this. If we scroll all the way down to 2019 April 14, which was the solo week 1 World Cup, take a look at this. He got 10,000 PR, but now it has completely decayed, which means he does not have that PR anymore. It is completely gone. Okay, so that is basically how the PR system works. But now you may ask, what are the best ways to get the most PR possible? And well, here it is. So first and the most obvious one is, well, to simply play tournaments. You cannot get PR if you don't play tournaments. So whenever there is a tournament, make sure you do play it. And of course, make sure that it does give you PR. And to check, you can simply go to the Fortnite tracker, click on the event you want to play. So for example, let's say the Trio Cash Cup. And then once you click Power Ranking, it's going to tell you how much PR and if you get any PR. And the second trick I have for you guys is to be subscribed to AUTOCLICK on YouTube. So for real, if you want to improve, then make sure you are subscribed. Alright, so the next thing you can do is to know what works for you. Are you a better double keyer or do you play for placement better? Because both options can easily get you PR points. You don't have to drop a 20 bomb in every single tournament if you want to get PR points. If you can actually rotate smart and get to endgame almost every single game, then I guarantee you will still get so many PR points. Just make sure you are smart with your rotates. Getting dead side of the zone is one of the most important things you can do. And also another thing that will help you in tournaments is being confident. Confidence is so underrated. Your mentality plays a big part of how you do. If you easily get mad, or if you're scared to take fights, or you're simply not confident in your aim, then that will not get you far. And well, the best ways to get more confidence,
Where you going? You're lost. Dollar Tree headset, so free.
it's just simply playing the game. Make sure to play every single tournament there is. And most importantly, try on every single tournament. Don't just throw. If you do bad in the first few games, that is completely fine. Make sure you don't give up and try to learn from every single game. So many people give up on their games because they did bad at the beginning of a tournament. That is the biggest mistake you can make. You're not gonna get better in any way if you simply give up every single time. You must keep a positive mentality if you want to pop off in tournaments. And if there's no tournaments happening, then playing scrims or arena is so beneficial as well. Arena is really good for fighting, and scrims are really good for rotating and playing endgame. I wouldn't play creative for too long. I only use creative for warm-ups, because that does not give you real game experience. Because I know we're all so confident in creative, but when we hop in a game, we're way worse. And that is because we play creative the whole time. You have to play the real game if you actually want to perform good in the real game. It is as simple as that. By the way, I made a whole video about the best scrim discords. Make sure to check that out. And also, I made a video on how to get more confidence in fights. So make sure to check both of those videos out. So I hope this made sense. I hope you learned something about PR. Of course, if you did, drop a like right now and subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, make sure to use code AUTOCLICK in the item shop and send me a DM on Twitter that you're using my code. I want to personally thank you guys. But alright, boys, thank you all so much for watching. Peace out and bye bye.